John Prine. Hello in there. This is a good song. It's not very advanced. I apologize to you more novice players. The last few videos I've done, Delta Mama, Deep River Blues, these were very complicated songs. If you're, familiar with your thumb moving back and forth on the Travis thing, this is a great one to jump into. A little bit tricky, but nothing crazy. Anyone with, at least, a few months of Travis picking under their belt should be able to get in there and pick it apart. If not all of it, the majority of it. And for you good players, don't think you can skip this one, because there's still some little things you could smooth. You can always play it smoother and faster and sing along, and it's just a cool song. So let's do it. The first measure, a G chord. Thumbs going between 6 and 4. 1 and 2 is the beginning. That and's on the third string. Thumb and thumb. 6, 3, 4. And then right after that, we play the first string, either with your middle finger or your ring. I've got that third fret down. It's the beginning, 1 and 2, and thumb third, thumb first, and then it ends thumb, thumb, and on the third string. That's the end. 3, 4, and 3, 4, and. So together, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and. Here we've got A minor. Thumb goes between 5th and 3rd string. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and. That's the count. We have thumb, 2nd string melody note, thumb, 1st string melody note. That's the first half. 1 and 2 and. Thumb, 2nd, thumb, 1st. Right, the second half of the measure is just thumb, thumb, and on the 1st string. And remember, the thumb's always going between the 5th and the 3rd. 3, 4, and. So putting them together, that's it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and. Next chord is a D7. Oh, we lift it up, which is kind of cool. It's the first. D7's 2 measures. Let's start with the first measure. So thumb is going between 4th string and 3rd. Right, always open. 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret. And the melody here is 1 and 2 and. So we have thumb, 2nd string, thumb, 1st string. The second half of that measure is thumb, thumb, then open on the 1st string. So I'm lifting my ring finger to get that open. Really pretty. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and. Second measure of D7 is pretty much the same, but we have a little walk at the end. So it begins the same. 1 and 2 and. That's thumb, 2nd, thumb, 1st. And then it's thumb, thumb again on the D, and on the 3rd. So that second half is 3, 4, and. 4th string, 4th string, 3rd. All open there, right? So together you have this. Remember to hold down the chord as long as possible. Thumb, thumb, and I lift it for that, only the and beat. The next chord is the G chord that we started with, followed by the A minor, followed by the first measure of the D7. So it's all exactly the same, except the last measure of D7 is different. We have a different walk. Instead of, we have the same beginning, 1 and 2 and, but then the ending is 3 and 4 and. So we have the same beginning, thumb, 2nd, thumb, 1st, and then the ending is thumb, 2nd, thumb, 2nd again, but I'm lifting that 1st fret to be open. So the whole measure. Let's review that a little bit with the lyrics. We had an apartment in the city. Me and Loretta like living there. Here we have a beautiful example of a slash chord. Some of you still might be confused when you see B minor slash D. That's what's happening here. It means the chord is using the 3 notes in a B minor, B, D, F sharp, but the lowest note that you're playing is a D as opposed to B. Usually when you're playing a B minor, the lowest note is a B. When you're playing a C major, the lowest note is a C. But here we have the lowest note of a chord being something other than the root of the chord. So usually B minor we play like this, but he's going to only utilize the top 3 notes, 2, 3, 4, and then he's going to drone, he's going to play this 4th string as the lowest note, which is a D. So it's B minor, but it sounds a little more off balance because the B isn't the lowest note. The root is not the lowest note, the D is. So we have 2, 3, 4, open there, the thumb is going back and forth between the 4th and the 3rd string. And we also have this, he adds an 11 in there. Right, changes the melody note, so it's even dreamier, not only inverted, but we have that 4th, right, B, C, D, E, or same as the 11th. Anyways, we can talk theory another lesson. So we have thumb, 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 thumb between 4th and 3rd, thumb 2nd, thumb 1st, thumb 2nd, thumb 1st, but I'm lifting my 1st finger to sound that open instead of the 2nd fret. Then the next measure, same chord, starts the same way, but it ends just thumb and thumb, thumb, 2nd, thumb, no extra melody at the end. Oh, yeah, so at the end, sorry, so he doesn't do the alternate bass at the end. He does thumb, thumb to give a little more interesting bass pattern. So let me explain that again. Thumb, 2nd, thumb, 1st, thumb, 2nd, thumb, 1st is lifted. Thumb, 2nd, thumb, 1st, my finger's back down there. Thumb, 2nd, thumb again on the 4th string. Lift it, put it down. Thumb's back where it was. That's the end. So it's kind of like a drone on that same string. Pretty. This is a cool little move Prine does here. I don't often do this, but I like it a lot. It's a C chord as the next chord, but he hammers right at the beginning. He just hammers into it. Then the thumb jumps to the 3rd string. So a hammer from open to the 3rd fret. That's the thumb. Hammer on the 5th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd. And then the melody, 1st string, 2nd. So hammer, 1st, 2nd. So hammer on the 5th, thumb on the 3rd. That's the beginning. And the second half is just thumb, 2nd, thumb, 5th, 2nd, 3rd. Then he does another measure of C, but it's a different pattern. We play the 5th and the 2nd string together, and the thumb alone. Then the melody's on the 1st. Together, thumb and, together, thumb and. Then after that, 2nd half of that measure is just thumb, 2nd. But then the thumb's on the 4th string. So that ending is 5th, 2nd, 4th. So 2 measures of C. The first one had the hammer on. Then the second measure of C is this. Thumb does a different melody note. Isn't that cool? So I'm sure when he wrote it, he didn't have that in mind, but then there were certain moments where he's like, oh, let's make this a little more interesting. Maybe instead of simply varying the thumb, I'll just keep the thumb on the same string. Or instead of doing 5th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, I'll do 5th, 4th. And it's a simple little change you can make, but it gives it this subtle, nice beauty or trickery that makes you think more is going on, but like not that much more is actually happening. It's just tasteful John Prine playing. We're back to a G chord here. It's picked a little bit differently. Again, the thumb's still going between 6 and 4, but our pattern is thumb, 3rd, thumb, 2nd. And the second half is just thumb, thumb, and. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and it's two measures of that. Thumb, third, thumb, second, thumb, thumb, third. Next we have a D/F sharp chord, right? So it's a D chord, but our lowest note isn't the D, it's the F sharp. So we put our thumb over the top. What's interesting about this one is that we don't need the high E because we never pick it. And we're also going to occasionally have to lift this third fret for it to be open. So just try that now. A common problem that players have with the D chord is that sometimes this first finger is angled down. So when they lift that, oh, what's going on here? Why does my second string sound dead? It's because my first finger is accidentally touching it. So you really need that leverage. That's important, you know, posture. I've talked about this in other videos. You don't want to be reaching down and bending your wrist, James Hetfield style, to get to that, you know, that chord. So pull your guitar up to you. That way you can really create a nice chasm in here, right? A really nice bridge, a nice arch, right? Even with your thumb over here, it's a lot trickier to get that arch when your thumb's playing a low bass note. But you still want that arch so that I can get a nice open sound when I lift that finger. So the pattern here, thumb again is just going between 6 and 4, but the first hit is open. It's 6 and the second string open. Really beautiful sound. So it's 6 and 2 together, and then immediately a melody note on the third string with your index finger. Right, I'm playing 6 and 2 with my middle finger, then my index plays the third string alone. And then thumb does the fourth string. It's the first half of that measure. Then the second half is just together, 6 and 3, and the thumb on 4. That's the second half. 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. That only happens once because the second measure is a little trickier. It starts with a hammer on. So now he does 6 and 3, but the 3 is open, and then his index finger hammers on that second fret. Then the thumb is alone. And then immediately we have that melody note on the second string, third fret. Get that down first. A nice clean hammer. Then the second half of that measure is thumb and on the third string, thumb on the fourth, and then third string again, but you lift that second finger. Sorry, the ending is thumb, third, thumb, open on the third. So that last measure then. It's neat. He starts with a hammer, then he gives you that note again at the end of the measure. Clever. And then it's back to the G, the way we played it the second time. Thumb, third, thumb, second, thumb, third, thumb, third. Sorry. Is that the same as last time? I think so. Maybe there's one extra note. Anyway, so thumb, third, thumb, second, thumb, third, thumb, third. Yeah, I think it's a little different. Two measures of the same thing. Thumb, third, thumb, third. That's the first ending. It repeats, and then he doesn't go to the G at the end, but he goes to the chorus. But you're probably confused. Get each part really well down, well done, well down, and done, and dusted, and whatever phrase you use. And then we will put it together before the chorus. Here we go. Let's do it. You're so sweet. You're doing well. I can tell. I can tell. You feel good about this song. It's a sad song. It's good lyrics. It's a sad song, though. At the end, we'll discuss the lyrics. We'll have a fireside chat. Okay, but you're doing good. Let's play it together. We had an apartment in the city. Me and Loretta liked living there. Then we go to the B minor. Well, it's been years since the kids had grown a life of their own, left us alone. I'm missing some of those notes in there, but you get the idea. That's how the lyrics are over that nice little finger picking pattern. But again, one thing at a time. Make sure you got all the nuances of those patterns down and memorized. I clearly don't. I'm trying to sight read my tab while looking at the lyrics. And so this is the process, right? No one picks up their guitar and gets it right away, especially a song of this level of difficulty. So take your time. You're going to do it. It's going to sound awesome. You're going to play it for your friends. Everyone's going to fall in love with you. Mike's music method, the secret to high self-esteem and success in life, just to follow these simple steps. Live forever, attain immortality, impress your friends, gain confidence. Money will come into your life from trees. The secret, just imagine what you want and it'll be here. All because of my YouTube channel. All right, so the entire verse loops exactly the same thing. Something about Davy and the Korean War. We don't know what 4 is a G, it don't matter anymore. That D7. But then instead of going back to the G, we go to an F. And it's the chorus. Now it's pretty simple. My thumb is going back between 6 and 4. 6, 3, so it's, thumb, 3, thumb, second, thumb, 3, thumb, 3, thumb, second, thumb, 3, thumb. That's it. Then it repeats. And then it goes to a G, same idea. Back to F. For those of you who want it with the melody, so you know where we're at in the song. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Then back to the other part, right? B minor, C, G, D7. It's all the same. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say. And those are all, it's picked all the same there. I don't want to play it wrong. I don't have it memorized, but it's picked all the same. B minor with the D in the bass, C, G, and then hello in there. Or sorry, it's a D7. It's a little more sparse there. I think it's just, that's it. Thumb, 2, 3, 4, third, second. Then back to the intro on G. And that's the song. Here it is for you, nice and slow. Let's do it very good. Okay. G, A minor, D7, second ending, B minor, hammer on the C, weird note here with the thumb, D7, hammer on, then it repeats to the top, D7, second ending is straight to the F, back to the G, up to the G, back to the F, da, 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 with the chorus, then back to the B minor, hammer on the C, G, simple D7, G, look professional with these cool headphones. Yes, I do. All right, this is the intimate fireside chat where I'm relaxed at night, sipping on actually I have a fancy beverage this time that my wife got me from a local brewery. Look at me. I've stepped up in the world from Heineken Light. All right, let's analyze these lyrics. Okay. He's a good songwriter, huh? We had an apartment in the city. Me and Loretta like living there. I like it because the first two lines already don't rhyme. Would have been years since the kids had grown. Third line, there's still no rhyme. And then he doubles up at the end with the rhyme. A life of their own left us alone, which is just great. Good rhyme scheme. The first two don't, and then he ties three in a row together. Gives you the trifecta there. So it's just like, you know, they used to like living there, but now the kids are grown up. They left them alone. It's intense. I can't imagine that phase of my life right now with three little ones running around. All right, and then we have John and Linda live in Omaha. So we get all these names. My wife makes fun of me. There's this one song I have where I'm naming all my friends in the third verse, just like old childhood friends and my siblings. And she doesn't like it because it's like she feels like no one else knows these people, so why are you naming them? But I think it's cool. Like John and Linda live in Omaha. He could have said, and my two friends live in Omaha, or my best friend's down in Omaha. But he invites you into his life, John and Linda. Now you're wondering, like, who are these people? John and Linda live in Omaha, and Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for, don't matter anymore. So again, Omaha and road don't rhyme. Then we get war, for, more. Excellent, just cool, off-balance rhyme scheme. And of course, that's just like a sad lyric, right? Obviously, he doesn't live in Omaha. Joe's somewhere on the road, we don't know, and Davy's dead. And then the chorus, it's not my favorite part of the song. I think the verse is so beautiful. And something about going to that F chord to the G, it's like, it's not bad, but there's something like slightly lackluster in it, which, I don't know. I'm not saying I've written a better song than this, but it just doesn't punch as much as it could, I think. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say, hello in there, hello. So when I read these lyrics, the old people just grow lonesome, right? They don't grow stronger like trees, is what he's saying, and they don't grow wilder like a river. They just frickin' grow lonesome. It's depressing, a little too depressing, but I know what sentiment he's going for. And then he's saying they're waiting for someone to say hello in there, hello. Which, what does that mean? They're waiting for a new spark, a new friendship. Maybe that's like a death thing. Are they waiting for like to meet their maker? To be like, hello in there, you know, boom, now you're somewhere else. I don't know. It can mean a lot of different things. And now it gets even more depressing. Me and Loretta, we don't talk much anymore. So he's not even growing lonesome, or he's not even growing old alone with somebody, but it's truly lonesome, right? He's not even talking to his old lady anymore. Me and Loretta, we don't talk much more. She sits and stares through the back screen door, which is like doubly depressing. She's not even sitting in the backyard. She's sitting in the house, staring outside. And all the news just repeats itself, like some forgotten dream that we've both seen. So that's interesting because this verse, it breaks the whole rhyme scheme of the previous verses. Here we have like more, screen, itself, seen. So now it is a more typical rhyme scheme. The news does repeat itself. For sure, John Prine. I agree with you. Someday I'll go and call up Rudy. We get another name, which I like. We work together at the factory. But what could I say if he asks what's new? I get that feeling. Even if there is something to say, like something about calling up an old friend is like, becomes like a chore. Not a chore, but it's just not easy to do. Yeah, we got to catch up on things. And yeah, what if he does ask what's new? Do I have a good story to tell him? Do I have some new insight in my life, something I've learned, some way that I've grown? And if I don't, it's just like a depressing phone call. I don't want to do that. But what could I say if he asks what's new? Nothing. What's with you? Nothing much to do. So that rhyme scheme is the same at the end. No rhyme, new you do. That off-balance thing. So the line before, it's even more strange because it's the only time he does it. Me and Loretta, we don't talk much more. She sits there through the back door screen. Yeah, weird. Anyway, back to the chorus, old trees just go stronger. And then the ending. So if you're walking down the street sometime and spot some hollow ancient eyes. So now he's talking to you, John Prine fan, audience member. He's speaking right to you, right into your soul during this part of the song. So if you're walking down the street sometime and spot some hollow ancient eyes, please just don't pass him by and stare. He's talking about himself, right? Don't pass me by. Don't stare at this old man as if you didn't care. Say hello in there. Hello. So he wants you to engage. He's telling you, young bucks, to engage the old people in your community. Don't just walk by and treat them like dirt. Engage them. All right, this song's pretty sad, but it does end on like a positive note. That he's still willing to find a spark in life, but he's just let old age kind of grind him down. But he wants you to engage with him, so go do it. Go hug an old person. But, don't give him the ko-fu-fu, okay? Just go hug him, though, from far away, I guess. In 2020, you hug from far away. I love that in 2020, it's like a serious act of rebellion to give someone a hug. Let that reality sink in. No. All right, let me know if you've enjoyed the fireside lyrical chat. All right, until next time. Later, guys. Bye.